pushing a bunch of buttons here. OBS over here. Say start recording. Turn up the volume. Do all the things. There it goes. All right. Hey, we're live with Company Boys Cthulhu. 1844 New York City firefighters.
All right.
Irish firefighters.
In this case, yes. Okay, there we are. I was looking for the NPC list, and there it is.
I don't think we've got much new on it.
No, I don't think so.
Here's what I want.
There we are. Okay, so where did we leave off then? There's a fly.
Technically, we left off Friday night at 6 p.m. when there's another fire.
Oh, yeah.
But Conley Faye has been sick for a few days. It probably was food poisoning. Maybe he ate his own maple syrup. I don't know.
Something in the chowder just disagreed with me.
I guess. He got my dueling pistols. I think we got $20 each. Frederick Schmidt, we went and visited him without Faye. He was not terribly useful.
Oh, yeah, he was.
He didn't recognize that statue, which was the reason that we went there.
But he told you about the masks.
He did say the masks.
He believes that the mask makers, make those
to
do things like that, and that you can do some kind of call it a spell if you have one.
Right.
And that if you know how to make them and you know how to use them, you can do things like that.
We went. Oh.
He also claimed he saw a man kill someone by magic.
Mm-hmm. We also
he saw a man make an alarm. So he claimed he saw people when he traveled in Africa do things by magic that were associated with those masks or with masks. He doesn't know if it was those masks.
We found out
that it was the mask makers who claimed to be able to do such things.
We found out Matthias Sampson and Lark are two different people.
Yep.
We did find that out for certain. And let's see. O'Treasaigh talked to Sampson and Wilkerson and chatted with them, and they saw Lark. Yep. We know where Sampson lives. We know where Lark lives. Lark has a negress as his lover, wife, something, and he's living with her.
Yeah, we don't know their legal relationship, but we know they share an apartment.
And Sampson lives in a smaller house than Wilkerson. Much smaller house, actually.
Yeah. Jameson comes across as the kind of guy who has money and doesn't flourish it.
Right.
Like, he's rich. He's
doesn't
need
like a 1.5-story house.
Yeah. He doesn't need a bigger house. What's he gonna do with it?
We did not go see William D. Owens, who is a crazy cultist that was recommended to Faye several sessions ago. We did not go see Houston Sheridan, who wrote that book, the one with that was in English with all the long title.
Yes, the one about local folklore.
Correct? Yes.
Yeah. Ghost stories and spirit stories and whatnot.
Yeah. So, and I showed up at your house and I borrowed that statue at one point, Faye. And took it uptown, and we had what's his face Schmidt look at it, and he wasn't sure, but he had some ideas, but he hadn't have anything definite about what it actually was meant to represent. And
he was pretty certain that it was some kind of a Orisha or a
Yubaba. It was an Orisha, but some kind. There wasn't any specifics.
One he's familiar with.
I don't think specifics would have helped us anyway, to be quite honest. We don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah. And he learned the names of some of the spirits people believe in over there.
Yeah.
But not all of them.
So, and then we came to Friday night at 6 p.m. when there is another fire.
Yep.
I think that's kind of where Kevin quit, or Kevin stopped us last time. Any questions, Faye?
So we need to visit the folklore expert who wrote the book. There was another person we didn't visit. Sorry. I mentioned...
There was the crazy cultist, Owens.
Owen.
William D. Owen. I think you got that name. I don't remember who got that name, but he was recommended from somebody. I can't recall who off the top of my head. Yeah, we know where Lark lives. Lark's the same guy that you chatted with and had your shoe shine with.
Mm-hmm.
And we think the same guy that threatened Johnson.
Mm.
I do not think we have verified it with Johnson. We verified with Johnson, Sampson was not the guy that threatened him. But I don't remember if we had Johnson look and see if Lark was the guy or not. I don't think we did. But it's up to Kevin. We could have.
Say again?
We did not have Johnson identify Lark yet.
No, not yet.
Physically. Okay, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Because we just found that out. Was surprised he's living with a black woman.
Yeah. But he does answer the description that Johnson gave you.
Yeah. He's not in a tenement. He's in a nicer tenement. Is on the same street Houston lives on. Or it's on Houston Street. I'm trying to think
Houston Street.
Houston, okay, Houston Street.
It's spelled Houston.
Houston, right. That's right. That's where I'm getting confused.
Annoying. Yeah.
We need to find out what connects the victims, probably. Oh, and we think Lark is not a fixer, but he does a lot of little jobs for Sampson and Wilkerson.
Fixer is actually a good description.
Okay, he went around and did a lot of talking to a lot of sailors, sailing related people in bars and wherever he could find
He's a fixer, an agent, something. He clearly he works for Wilkerson and Sampson.
Yes, definitely,
and probably does some of their dirty work.
He actually came in when O'Treasaigh was having a meeting with Wilkerson and Sampson, and one of them, I think it was Wilkerson, went and talked to him.
Yeah.
While the other one stayed with O'Treasaigh, who O'Treasaigh's trying to act like he needs to buy certain things for brewing. He was going for citruses to make something. Sweet whiskey.
They gave you prices.
Yes.
Yeah. And whatnot. So what it would cost, depending on what you want, how long it would take to get, and how much it would cost.
It was very smart. When you were in there, you guys were kind of like, "What are they going to even do?" And then Tracy's like, "I need some oranges," or whatever you said, and it was like, "Oh, that's not a bad idea."
I mean, good idea. Whatever they're doing clandestinely, they are also businessmen.
Yeah.
They are a legal import-export business. So go in there and tell them you want to buy things that are found elsewhere in the world. You're in the right place. That's what they do.
I mean, I don't know if you want to give Faye a chance while he was gone, because it was almost a week, or at least 4 or 5 days, to go and visit somebody, or if he's been in bed all that time.
Well, I've been in bed.
Okay.
I've been out. I don't want to retcon anything. I'm already feeling guilty enough for missing the last.
It wouldn't be retconning if you had to do it all by yourself.
No, that's fine. No. So we begin then Friday evening when you're called to another fire.
August 2nd.
So you'll get the alert just past 6 p.m. This one it's going to be a tough one to get to.
I can't get my map up.
Because this one is taking place on Donovan Lane, which is basically between Baxter and Pearl Streets. Or to put it another way, it's an alley.
Oh, great.
So you're going to have a hard time getting the engine in there. You guys, of course, know the area well, so when someone tells you that it's Donovan Lane, specifically number 4 Donovan Lane, which is a back lot tenement. This is the kind where landlords would build these extra buildings to sort of stuff more real estate in there. Built like crap. Most of these are tinder boxes.
Yeah. Cram as many people into these places as you possibly can so we can make more money.
Exactly. And when you guys arrive, it's already a mess. In other words, by the time you get the engine out, get the call, and get just a half a dozen blocks, this thing is a goddamn inferno.
Hooray. But it is another tenement building, right? I'm
pretty sure we're going to need to use past tense for it at this point.
It was another tenement building, right?
Yeah.
Holy crap. So should we be working on just stopping it spreading by now? There's no saving this at all. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. By the time you guys have arrived, people are already making fire breaks. Some folks have already begun tearing down part of the front building. Because if that goes, it's going to spread down the street.
Yeah.
So that sort of thing. In other words, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hours of basically raking through stuff, pulling down stuff, while trying to get what containment you can on this thing. But the interesting part, and I simplify, of course, what's going to be like a 6-hour prep, night, is where it started. Because you have a witness here.
Okay.
A boy, actually. He calls himself Gregory. He won't give you a family name. And he says that he had an upstairs neighbor who was some kind of, he thinks some kind of strange pagan of some sort.
Wizard. Okay.
And last night, this afternoon, he was just coming in when he heard his upstairs neighbor scream.
I want to do a psychology check on the young boy.
Okay. I mean, this is remember after you guys have been working for hours.
Right.
He's been watching.
What time is it? Is it like 6 a.m.? Is it like 5 a.m.?
By now it's about a little past 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Thank
You've
you.
been at this for a little more than 8
failed.
hours.
I failed, and I can't risk losing any more luck.
Okay. Oh, hello. Hey, look at that. I've got a cat. This is Dawson. Hi, Dawson. Dawson is doing the Linus move. I like when he does that, actually. Except Dawson doesn't sit on the chair back. He's actually trying to sit on my shoulders. There he is. Say hi. Look, it's you. You're interested in something else. Look, it's you. Look at that. Okay, good. So you could stay there a bit. Okay.
Just sit there. What a good boy.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, it's about close on 3 a.m. by the time you get to talk to him. He's been watching you guys do your thing. In fact, a number of the neighborhood kids have. It's something to do. Up and down goes the cat. And as for the psychology roll, well, can't tell.
Whatever you want to believe, yeah.
I mean, he's scared, sure. Excited a little bit. Maybe some of it is the fact that he was inside the building when the fire started.
Oh, God.
And he's alive. So maybe there's something of a near-death experience there. That he successfully got out when it's clear at least one person didn't.
Any other departments show up for this mess?
Make a luck roll.
Okay.
If you asked, you get to make it.
Sure. I was just wondering if Neptune was here. Where's my luck? 92 out of 62 is a huge fail.
So they were, as it turns out, but they weren't able to help you.
Okay.
They claim it was the narrowness of the alley that prevented them from getting people inside.
Was it Neptune?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
so then they just
downtown
left?
They hung around for a while to see if they could be useful.
And then they left?
Yeah, they also may have done a little looting in the front building as you guys were tearing parts of it out.
Did we get any looting in? Or were you too busy?
With a failed luck roll like that, you were too busy working.
Gotcha. Okay, just checking.
And the build number 4 just went up like that. There's nothing left to loot.
Right.
By the time you're done,
I expected
that is a foundation. And
Are we just dealing
busted wood buried in it?
with 6 hours past? Are we just dealing with the smoldering embers now?
Yeah. So you've got what's left of the structure. The walls have come down for the most part. And you've got a foundation. So much of what was the upper structure has collapsed into the foundation.
Oh, God. Okay. So there's nothing to even okay. When
At
the
least
kid,
mostly inward. So there's that.
The kid heard her scream upstairs, you said.
Yeah.
And that's where the fire started.
Yes. On the fourth, what he believed on the 4th floor.
Okay.
Can we start digging through the I guess ashy wood and come across any body parts?
Yeah, this is, if you're going to try to recover bodies, this is now the time to do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you are welcome to make a spot hidden roll if you want to start searching.
All right, just regular success.
I'll make one collectively for the rest of you.
Holy shit. 0-1. Crit success.
I can make this then, but it won't matter.
Oh yeah, I got a 0.7.
I also got a success.
I got 93.
Hey!
Hey, I found a body over here. Burke. That's crockery.
Yeah. Well, of course, pottery is one of the few things that will survive these kind of temperatures.
They're all broken though.
But with an 01, you will recover what are clearly human remains. So you've got here a skull, part of a skeleton, and that's itself a little weird. I mean, this fire burned hot, but it shouldn't have burned the entire body off like that down. Like,
Yeah.
this was more like a cremation than a house fire.
There weren't any remains left to these like immolated.
Oh no! Remember, you found body parts.
Right,
left.
but like we found the parts, but the stuff that burned was completely destroyed, wasn't it?
Yeah, what was burned was completely destroyed. Here you've got only a partial body.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So it could be that. It could be that he was just destroyed in the fall.
Yeah.
So you've got what's particularly intact is you've got a skull,
Right.
and what appears to be the bones of a right hand. With an 01, you'll also turn up something else. A metal lockbox.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
It's designed to survive pretty much everything. And look at that, it did its job.
It's locked though, right?
It is locked.
Okay. Here's a
course,
meta question.
You
Would it
can
be
take it with
better,
you.
to take it with us and open it somewhere safer than this?
Probably.
Okay.
Also, you don't want to work on it now, it's still hot.
Oh, that's true.
You
Let's.
want to wrap it in something insulated
Yeah.
and take it with you for later.
We'll do. Can we do that? Do we have something
It's
that we can
easy enough
insulate?
to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it goes on board the wagon.
It's made of metal, and it's been sitting in an ember pile.
Yeah.
So
If
it is still
paper. If there's paper in there, it's probably ashes.
Yeah, it's gone.
Well, that depends. I mean, boxes like this are intended to protect against things like fire.
Okay.
I mean, what you're looking at here is basically what we would call a fire safe.
Right.
It's intended to protect things like documents from high heat.
We'll take it.
So if it is that and it did its job, then anything inside will have survived.
What are we supposed to do with these bones?
Lay them out for the moment.
Okay.
That way, in other words, try to count the dead. And what you've got here is what appears to be two people. So you've got a skeleton, you've got a burnt skull with a right hand, and then you've got a victim who looks like they died of a mixture of smoke inhalation and a fall.
Should we be moving these body parts? Shouldn't like a mortician or
they don't care.
Medical doctor be looking at this?
No, they don't care.
The city will send someone from the coroner's office to collect them. But
it's pretty clear how they died.
Yeah.
Well,
I get that. It's just like, should we? If we have two bodies, I'd rather not mix up who has what bones.
Oh, well, we'll leave them.
Oh no, one is bones,
separately.
and the other one is a body.
Is the second body's all burnt up, but it's still got like burnt meat on it, right?
Yeah. The second body is a middle-aged woman.
Another woman.
She suffered from some burns, and some of her clothing has been burned. So she's wearing only fragmented clothing. But best guess from among you guys, she probably died from smoke inhalation.
Well, yeah.
And then fell when the building collapsed. In other words, she was dead before the building collapsed.
Yeah.
Best guess then is she was near but not at the source of the initial blaze.
Okay.
In other words,
so
something went up, smoke began to billow. She was in the next room or came into the room where the fire began or some such and was overcome by smoke.
But we're just finding only two bodies in the entire tenement.
Yeah. There's also the skeleton, the fossil, the burnt skull and the right hand. So it looks like you've got two remains here and they are not in the same condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does the skull and the hand look
completely?
So, does the skull and the hand look anything like the self-burning people? Or did we get anything off of that besides ashes from those earlier ones?
Well, remember, most of the bodies reduced to ash.
Total ash, even the skeletons in those, right?
But not all. Remember, like in one case, for instance, you found a foot.
Well, yeah, we find bits, But like most of the body was just, even the skeletons was just a pile of ash, right?
Yeah.
Like it was intensely hot.
The ash pile would have gone away. It's amidst the ember. In other words, if this was a combustion, then the skull and the right hand,
the head and the hand were not caught up in the fire. If it was that kind of spontaneous combustion kind of deal.
And in every case you've seen, extremities have survived.
Right.
So here you've got a head and a right hand. It also means that the woman did not die that way.
No.
So it's good bet that Scully here.
That's the wizard, or the guy, the weird guy.
Is the source of it. In other words, the skull you're holding, if this was a combustion, the skull you're holding is your fourth combustion victim.
Okay, I want to know from Faye or Tully if we should keep the skull. Since there's all this weird shit going on, should the skull be kept or just left behind for the coroner? Would be my question.
I think we leave it behind for the coroner and then follow up if with the coroner to see if there's anything interesting about the skull that a medical professional might be able to identify.
So,
I
think it would be smart for us to not potentially incriminate ourselves by taking pieces of a body.
Exactly.
I just need a yes or no.
Already on site.
All right.
It's been hours. So a representative from the coroner's office is already on site.
Okay.
We can follow up, Rick.
Point him out.
That's a good thought.
Yeah. That's Mr. Keach. He's got a wagon. He's basically ready to take control of any bodies and carry them to the morgue in his wagon.
We found two.
Mr.
Keach.
Mr. Keach.
Mr. Keach.
Keach with a K.
Yeah.
Kill Keach.
Yep.
I kept hearing
you guys
as well.
You guys have met him before. He works for the coroner's office. And unlike some of the people who work at the coroner's office, he actually works there.
I'll be right back.
For those who are politically connected, by the way, a job at the coroner's office is an excellent, you get paid to do nothing, not even show up kind of job.
Yay.
So Mr. Keach is a guy who works for the coroner's office, and by works for the coroner's office, I mean actually works.
Yeah.
In this case, his job consists of recovering bodies and taking them to the morgue, where he will catalog them and attempt to identify them.
Yep. Well, yeah, there's got to be some idea by someone who all lives here.
Yeah. Well, Gregory can tell you that he's pretty sure the woman you found is Mrs. Dearborn.
Okay.
Or I should say was Mrs. Dearborn.
But she still is.
Well, she's dead now.
Yeah.
But he's pretty sure that's her name. He doesn't know much about her, other than she also lived on the 4th floor. But what several people can tell you is they didn't know the other guy who lived on the 4th floor. He'd moved there only a couple of days ago.
Okay.
What they all agree in is that he appears to be an immigrant, that he spoke some kind of foreign language, and that they don't know if he had a job or anything, but if they did, he apparently worked at night. Because he was absent at night and often slept in the daytime. So if he had some kind of job, he worked an overnight.
This is our skull guy.
That's what you're thinking, yeah.
How many rooms did this tenement have? Do we know?
8 apartments, 2 per floor.
Okay.
It's a narrow building.
Are there any people who live here that got out?
Yeah, well, Gregory for one.
Okay.
Gregory will also introduce you to his mother. She was not at home at the time because the fire began around 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
The building was largely empty.
Okay.
Gregory happened to be in his family's apartment at the time, which is why he heard the scream. He does not know what Mrs. Dearborn did, if anything, so he's not surprised that she was in her apartment at the time.
How old was Mrs. Dearborn?
He doesn't know. As far as he knows, ancient. But then again, from his perspective, everybody over 40 is ancient.
Okay.
That's the joy of being 11. Everybody over 40 is ancient.
Yeah.
Was Neptune Company here when we arrived?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah.
But
Okay.
then again, they had to come from much further away. Which means if they got the news, it's just fortunate for you that you got the news ahead of them or at the same time as them.
Yeah, it'd almost be, if they heard about it before we did, that'd be more questionable.
Yeah, it's possible they did and just couldn't get here fast enough.
Yeah.
The other thing is this neighborhood at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys had a hard enough time getting through.
Yeah.
They may have also just been wrapped up in traffic. So maybe they did hear about it first and just couldn't get here.
Hear about it? They caused it.
Or caused it and couldn't get here.
Yeah.
Or some such. Anyway.
Unfortunately, the nightmarish cult still has to deal with Manhattan traffic.
Yeah. Which is still a mess.
Still a mess.
I
No, I
don't know
hear
if you-
good things about. I hear good things about congestion pricing.
In the real world, in the modern day, apparently it is actually working.
Yeah.
Here, not only are the streets where everybody does business, you also have streetcars, omnibuses, railroads, businesses, and you know what hasn't been invented yet?
Flying cars.
The traffic light.
I thought you meant present day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
which
goodness.
means that crossing the street in this era is a matter of
Death wish.
raw guts.
Yep.
Yeah, right of way goes to the bravest.
Mhm.
That's just how this works.
As someone who grew up in a city with streetcars, I can't imagine living without them.
Yeah, well, listen, streetcars are useful. Getting around them while crossing the street is a completely different problem. And if you want a sense of, by the way, if you want a sense of how important that was, put it in perspective, the streetcars in Brooklyn were people in Brooklyn got so in the habit of ducking. Oh my God, and there goes everything. All right, I'm going to have to pick that up. That's a disaster. People got in the habit of dodging them, moving around them, cutting in between them, and not getting run over. That Dodger became a sort of shorthand for Brooklyn.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that term before.
Still is. Yeah.
Well, these are
That's where the ball club got its name.
These are horse-drawn trolleys.
Which is why Los Angeles makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. These are horse-drawn trolleys, too, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And the exception is if you go a little further north, the New York and Harlem Railroad uses steam north of 14th Street. So at 14th Street, they unhitch horses and they attach an engine instead. So south of 14th Street, where it's really congested, they use horses. North of 14th Street, where things start to open up a bit, they use steam. And by the way, you should also know, because steam engines throw off sparks, it's just as well that other companies cover that area, because operating steam engines is excellent for starting fires. Loose spark lands on somebody's window curtain, and now you have a fire. Happens all the damn time.
What a terrible time to be alive.
Yeah, railroads are great, and they're also not. And honestly, that's the end result is, which hasn't happened yet, is you got to get railroads off grade level. That's why you either got to go above ground or underground.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what cities are going to do. Also, of course, then they're going to start using electric rather than steam power, which creates a lot fewer fires.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and then you start building, eventually you get the system like Manhattan has today, which is incredibly efficient and really kind of cool. Anyway, so one more thing to be done then before you guys are going to probably want to just grab some rest. You want to open the box when you get back to the firehouse. Okay. You'll have to go at it with a lockpick, but no pressure. So I know at least one of you has at least 25 in lockpick.
I've double
got 34.
That. 51. Yeah, so,
in other words, between you can get this thing open.
I sometimes do burglaries.
And what you've got inside is a wrapped oilcloth, which contains 2 books.
Ooh.
Yeah, they did survive.
Yep.
That's the point of this box.
I'll get it open and then let the others look at what's inside, especially if it's books.
Also, well, there is one more thing. There's a pipe.
Like a smoking pipe?
Yeah. It's probably sandstone or something like that, mixed with a wooden bowl. So it's a fairly high-end pipe.
Ooh.
Okay, you'd use
Is
it
it
for
like-
smoking tobacco or opium or whatever you enjoy smoking.
Is it ornate or pretty like simple in design?
The design is simple, but the material is high-end. And there's
Okay.
something to be said for artistic simplicity. In
Yeah.
other words, it's a quality
Um,
pipe. You would in a store like downtown in Manhattan, for instance, you would pay $2 or $3 for a pipe like this.
Could we tell what was smoked in it by the smell?
Does any of you know anything about pharmacology or natural sciences?
Probably be natural world, wouldn't it?
Natural world would do it, or especially pharmacology or chemistry.
No, I don't have
I
it.
have chemistry.
Ooh.
I have
Chemistry would-
25 in natural world.
Chemistry
got
would
five.
be issue here.
I got
You
40.
will need to roll, though. The question is there enough residue left to identify?
Right.
We
Is
could,
everybody-
I would have to break it down, wouldn't I? I'd have to dissolve it in alcohol or something, and like really,
What, to use
Do a good trace.
chemistry?
yeah, that's what I'm.
No,
guessing.
well, you can try by just smelling it and see if you can guess from that.
Okay, that's true too.
If
I'm
nobody
guessing.
if nobody
You
can
could-
figure it out, I will take a smell too. But let's see what everybody
Okay.
else does first.
You could make a push roll by testing it. If you
Oh,
fail the
I
initial.
I got a regular success.
Okay.
I don't need to.
Take that
got-
cut mark.
I'll
I
sniff
got
it
a
too.
hard success.
Okay.
I failed, so it doesn't matter.
Hard success will do, though. This is based on the smell alone. This is a mixture, probably of cannabis and opium.
Okay.
So this is some quality stuff right here.
None's left in the box though. Jeez.
No, there's none in the box, which means whoever was smoking this probably had their stash on their person or somewhere else. But the pipe
It
is
went up
clearly
with the
valuable.
fire.
Yeah, and if this belonged to your dead man, then you got nothing left of. You don't even know what he was wearing at the time. Never mind what he had in his pocket.
Well,
found
he
a
clearly
skull.
wasn't smoking this when he got set ablaze. So,
No, you can confirm he was not smoking this pipe.
so
He might have been smoking a pipe, but it wasn't this one.
right, he wasn't smoking what he normally smokes out of this pipe. So,
And then you've got two books. One you will recognize. It's another copy of that grimoire.
The grimoire, yeah.
So now there's the pattern again. The other one is what appears to be a diary or traveler's journal.
Is it in English?
And I say traveler's journal because it opens, the first where it opens is the date lists Algeria, March 1832. So apparently this is a journal of 12 years of travel, and it's actually in French. So you'll recognize the word Algeria. Most of you will recognize written French. But unless you actually read French, you're going to need a dictionary. You read French?
I have 20 points in French.
With a successful roll, you can read it right now. Otherwise, you'll have to sit down with a dictionary.
Excellent.
You could do it.
A 1 in 5 chance. We'll see. Could I take it home to take? Could I take my time with it, dedicating an entire day to it to get a bonus die?
Well, yeah, but that's as I said. You can read it right now with a successful roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if you can.
I mean, with 20 points in French, eventually you'll be able to decipher it.
Mhm.
The question is, can you make any use of it at the moment? How'd you do?
That's a 0-0 and a 9.
9.
So 09.
oh, there we go.
09.
Okay.
I wanted to show that that's what I rolled with. I'm not touching it. I didn't touch it.
09. Actually, that's German. 09.
09. That is a
09.
hard success for me. The dice apparently missed me.
Come on. 09.
A 9.
09.
Yeah.
9.
My mom wasn't a German teacher, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was.
You know the old joke, right? What is the answer to the question 9W?
I'm guessing.
Oh, sorry.
09.
What is the question to which the answer is 9W?
I don't know.
You spell your name with a V, Mr. Wagner. Terrible joke. Get it? 9? No.
9
It starts with a W.
second.
Wagner. It's spelled with a W, not a V.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a terrible joke. Point of the matter is what you're looking at here is a traveler's journal
Mhm.
there's no name that you can find initially, but this is the adventures of some guy primarily through North Africa, in particular the French colonies and outposts in places like Algeria. But the interesting part with the 09 is where he talks about crossing or accompanying a caravan across the Sahara and going as far as Timbuktu. And at several points there, he also mentions meeting people who claim to be magicians. A conversation with a man who he smoked with, who told him about men who could make their souls go out of their bodies and could use this to attack and even kill other men. You could send out a ghost body and it could kill.
Mm.
He also talks about visiting some of these people in dreams, where he dreamt that he had visited a village that was nearby a gigantic city. And he describes the people who live there as some kind of unknown African. And he's clearly smitten with them. Like he describes how their skin is this deep chestnut brown and how beautiful they are. And let's face it, in 2 or 3 places, there's a lot of homoerotic undertones in all of this. Like, it's clear this man is is smitten with how beautiful these men are. And parts of it kind of read like he's hot for them. So it's got a lot of kind of shit like that in it. But the interesting part for you is the reference to the masks, to the idea of a magician who can make a mask, a magician who can launch his ghost out of his body, and the people who told them that these things were possible. He also mentions at one point while he's in Algiers, he's in Oran, and he says that he met a man there who had such a mask. And this man apparently was very good at business because of something the mask did for him. He doesn't understand what, but apparently owning that mask made this man rich. He did something with it that made him rich. So you're missing details at points. Maybe some of it is you're just missing the some of the words that are harder to pronounce or read. Maybe he just didn't know. But definitely same neighborhood.
Hey,
And
Kevin,
by the way, there was only one entry for New York. He mentions that 5 days ago he arrived.
Yeah, so he just got here.
So they weren't. Gregory was right about that. He arrived only a few days ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But it does give you an avenue if you might possibly be able to learn more. Because he mentions that he arrived in New York City aboard the Morro Castle.
The Morro Castle, like MORO.
MOR, yeah.
Okay.
It's a sailing ship.
Yeah. Hey, I figured once I got the lock picked, and we and they were looking at the books, I went to bed.
Yeah, I expect that many of you probably did at this point. Yeah, because so you'll wake up. So you'll basically, there's the possibility that someone who arrived on that ship might know more about this band. So we know what ship he arrived on. And then apparently he found an apartment here, and then he exploded. So sad.
And he
It
had one of
doesn't
these
have-
grimoires.
And he has another one of these grimoires.
It doesn't say like him meeting anybody else. Like,
That's the last entry.
okay,
The other thing you'll notice is that he doesn't cover every day.
true. Okay,
This is not a true journal. It's a travel diary.
Yeah.
So he sometimes goes 2 or 3 weeks between entries.
okay.
So
And
the
he
fact
might-
that he hasn't written anything since arrival doesn't seem out of place here.
okay.
In other words, he arrived in New York and nothing else significant happened that he felt the need to write about.
I feel he would have
or
written
that
about
he
this
could
tonight.
write about,
Or
Something
that
seems-
I guess now something, if he was still alive, he'd probably be writing about that.
right. Something
I burned to
significant could
death.
happen.
Yeah, because the pattern is very much he's describing things he wants to remember or things he finds interesting.
Okay.
In other words, this is his own travel notes
Yeah.
to remember his journey. So he has a lot of time where he just doesn't, the days or weeks go by. Good bet in some of them, it's just a question of he was going from place to place and nothing interesting happened that day.
Yeah.
Like he tells you when he left on the Sahara caravan, the next entry is 9 days later.
Mm.
I said he probably, those past 8 days are probably sitting on a camel watching sand go by,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where nothing very interesting happened.
I found a new layer of skin that can be burnt off today.
Then he tells you about arriving and then what happened then. So yeah, very much that pattern. So nothing interesting had happened to him in New York between when he arrived and when he exploded.
Mhm.
So what to do with Saturday then, once you guys are finally up and around again?
Going to work.
Yep, because it'll probably be, you got some better sleep, which means you're going to get off and get back to work. The rest of
4
you
hours.
probably not going to wake up till near on noon or thereabouts.
That's my
No.
normal wake up time.
Yeah, for some of you, this is perfectly normal.
Probably.
Some of you
Yeah.
wake up in the morning to get because you have jobs.
Well, I run a bar, so
Yeah, well, you work more nights anyway.
right. Like I say, I make alcohol and run a bar. So
When I after I wake up and get something in my stomach, I reach out to some of my contacts in the shipping industry to see what I can learn about the Morrow Castle, whether or not it's still in port, or if there's been any other notable travelers who came on that ship that have made some kind of scene.
Okay. Well, the first part is easy. Morrow Castle, you can confirm, arrived 5 days ago. From what your folks at the dock can tell you, they believe her last port of call was Gibraltar.
Mhm.
So she made the Atlantic crossing, and based on what you've heard, it was a pretty fast crossing. She made the Atlantic crossing in 29 days.
Ooh,
Pretty quick.
that's very quick.
So from Gibraltar to New York in 29 days. It's widely regarded as a good ship to travel on.
is it a steam or sail?
Sail.
Okay.
But not, in other words, a ship with a positive reputation. If you want to cross the Atlantic, you could do worse than book passage here.
Mm.
She's fast, she's reliable, she's got a veteran crew. So, as for passengers, none of your informants can tell you anything about anyone who stood out. They do know that Morrow Castle routinely transports passengers. And so they'd be surprised if she ever arrived in New York without people who had paid for passage.
Mm.
You could spend more time hunting up crew members and talking to them directly.
Mm. Is the ship still in port here? Or has it moved on?
No, it's still here.
That's good. I want to. In that case, I will spend some time today seeing if I can find any sailors or maybe even the captain to inquire about this passenger in specific to see if he stood out at all during the passage.
Okay. Well, for that, you're going to need... actually, I'm going to go hunt the docks and whatnot for people. I'm almost kind of tempted to say you could start with something like credit rating, oddly enough, to see who to talk to.
Credit rating's not good, but we'll give it a shot.
Alternatively, persuade to get people to actually talk to you once you find them.
Persuade.
I suppose one could also use intimidate, but that could go poorly if it fails.
That good.
So credit rating first to see if you could find the places where these people can be found.
All right, let's see. I've got a 30. So 38. I will spend 8 points of luck to turn that into a success.
Okay, so you'll be able to find crewmen from there, and it'll take you, with having to use some luck, it'll take you several hours. But several sailors can tell you that they do remember a Frenchman.
Okay.
He called himself Beaumont. And he mentioned that when they talked to him, several of them remember that he had recently been in Algiers. So that's probably your man. Another one knows him as Nicholas Beaumont, but they're pretty sure that that's not his real name. Another one will tell you that they're pretty sure that because one night when he was a little more hammered, that he gave his name as Valmont Saint-Jean. And they think somewhere in there was something real. So Saint-Jean Beaumont, Saint-Jean Valmont, something like that. In other words, he seemed to be, and the conclusion you come to is, he seems to have been, when he was at least sober, careful about who knew his name. As if he was concerned someone was looking for him. Another sailor can tell you that one night he saw the fact that he brought with him a pair of pistols. Those probably died in the fire if they were still there. And another fellow who's actually one of the officer staff had the feeling that this Beaumont or Valmont guy was a criminal of some kind, because he acted like someone was hunting or looking for him. In particular, what this fellow noticed, and this fellow, by the way, by the name of Eaton, he's the second officer, Mr. Eaton, will tell you is that the thing that struck him is that Valmont did not negotiate the passage. When Mr. Eaton offered him a price for the passage, he simply accepted. And he expects people who are rich to do that. This man was not dressed like a rich man, and yet he accepted quickly.
Which means he wasn't rich, but desperate.
He just took the first off and ran.
That's what gave him the impression that he was running away from someone or being hunted by someone. And the fact that he paid for the passage in gold dinars. So he had the sense that maybe the man was a thief.
Where are dinars from?
They're primarily the Arabian countries. So gold coins minted probably in somewhere in Persia or in Egypt or some such. He didn't know where. They were gold. And they were certainly good as money. But he doesn't know exactly where they were minted. Also because Mr. Eaton does not read Arabic. So he knows a gold dinar. He can't tell you necessarily what country it was minted in. Because, it's written.
But the weight was good.
Yeah, the gold was solid. It's real money.
Yep.
You could buy things with it.
Not bad.
Definitely shiny.
Yep. So that gave Mr. Eaton the impression that the man was some kind of was a thief or a spy or someone that people were looking for.
Hmm.
The fact that he was in Algeria, he had money that should have come from something like Egypt or Syria. He took the first available passage. He didn't negotiate. He was armed. All of it gave Mr. Eaton the impression that he was hiding from or running away from someone.
Hmm.
He did not ask, and the man did not offer any further information.
I will let him know that Mr. Belmont is no longer with us, just to see his reaction to that.
It's a shame, he says, but he doesn't look particularly surprised. I mean, after all, he was convinced someone was hunting him.
Mm-hmm.
So when you tell him that, he sort of assumes whoever was looking for him must have found him. Because
Mhm.
clearly he didn't want to be found. Although that's impressive if they found him across the ocean, in other words. He doesn't say it, but it's kind of like he crossed the ocean and his enemies still found him? Damn. Who are those guys? And how did they do that?
Mm-hmm. I
Fish
think
those guys
Mr. Eden, I pay for whatever drink or food he might be having over our talk, and I definitely give him my contact information if he or anyone else who on the Marrow thinks of anything of note to reach out to me.
Of course. Okay, so that's your Saturday. What about the rest of you for Saturday in the afternoon?
Work.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Yeah, I
just
know.
getting the bar ready for work. In all honesty.
Okay, so some of you are working.
I'm trying to think of. So I have some knowledge in the occult.
Yep.
Do I know of anybody in the city that I could maybe bring this to that would be able to give me more information?
Well, the other man whose name you had was William Owens, supposedly a magician,
Okay.
cultist of some kind. He lives down on Houston Street. Or sorry, he lives. Actually, do we know where Will Owens lives? We do, and I don't remember.
No. The only thing I had written down for Owens was he is a crazy cultist, essentially, or an occultist,
Yeah,
a crazy occultist.
I do believe we learned his address, but I don't remember it offhand. So we'll just pick a place, say, down the end of Mott Street near Chatham Square.
All right.
Number 13.
And we know,
Number 13, Mott Street. Of course, he
all
wanted
right,
number
and we
13.
now have numerous versions of this occult book.
Yes.
Like 3?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
And the possibility that there were 4. In other words, it's possible that every person who's exploded owned a copy of this
Had
book.
one.
It looks like that is the case.
Yeah.
Is that hazardous for our health?
Yes. Probably.
So will owning it make you explode?
Let's leave it at the bar with O'Tully or O'Treasaigh because his player's not here right now.
Yep. But Owens is probably the man you want to talk to in that regard.
All right. Then I want to take one of the books and go and try to find Owens.
Okay. Well, he lives at 13 Mott Street, which is a 2-story structure that was probably intended to be cut into apartments or tenements, but nobody has.
Okay.
So he's got the whole place to himself.
Oh, he has a very nice house then.
He does, actually. He also has, there's an older woman answers the door, Irish by accent, who tells you that Mr. Owens is currently out, and she expects him back in time for dinner, rolling her eyes to point out that no, he probably will not be. She is making him dinner, and she will be lucky if he actually
It'll probably
shows up
be cold by the time he gets home.
Yeah.
Could you tell me where you think he could be?
Oh, absolutely. She has 2 choices for you. One is the reading room at the New York Mercury.
Okay.
It's a magazine. They maintain a little library and reading room. The other is Mr. Teller's home. He's very
All
friendly,
right.
apparently, with a fellow by the name of Birchwood Teller, who lives not far from here at all, just the other side of Chatham Square.
Okay.
And the two of them spend a lot of time together, and as far as she knows, probably buggering each other. And she's not afraid to say that in so many words. That she assumes that they spend all their time buggering each other, because what else would they be doing? Okay, probably reading books together, and when they're done that, buggering each other a lot.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she works here. She's clearly, her relationship with her boss is clearly somewhat antagonistic. On the other hand, she hasn't gotten fired yet, so there's that.
She must
It's
be a
safe to
really good
assume-
cook.
Yeah.
Or something, because clearly she hasn't gotten fired yet.
It's safe to assume this other house is closer than the Mercury.
By about a block.
All right. Well,
She could give you
then
directions to both these places.
I will go to the House of Buggery first.
Okay. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but there's not a whole lot of sex happening there.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I'm not disappointed. I'm just
I'm not sure whether you're pleased or disappointed at the lack of sex taking place.
The
there.
House of Lazy Buggery.
Yeah, no, this is the House of Birchwood Teller.
Mm.
Mr. Teller actually answers the door himself when you knock, although you won't know it initially. Middle-aged man.
yeah.
He's wearing what appears to be some kind of crystalline lens worn in a headpiece like a jeweler's loop.
Okay.
He's wearing a green smoking jacket, which works because he's currently smoking a pipe.
Nice.
And long story short, he does in fact know Mr. Owens, but Mr. Owens is not here at the moment.
Ah, very well.
He hasn't seen him today, and he would like to, but as he would like to remind you, Mr. Owens is, to put it politely, less than consistent in keeping his appointments.
If you would be so kind, if you would see Mr. Owens, please tell him I would like to speak with him at my office. I give him my name and my address.
Okay. And when he finds out who you are, he's also willing to tell you that if you don't find him at the Mercury... What are you holding up?
It looks like a lightning storm.
If you can't find him at the Mercury, the next place that you should look is Annie Wong's.
Annie Wong's.
On Mott Street.
Why
Because
does
he
that
also
make-
spends a lot of time there.
Annie Wong's makes me think it's an opium den.
Oh, you don't have to think it. It is.
All right.
Okay.
That is exactly what it is. And where Mr. Owens clearly spends a great deal of actual time. So he tells his housekeeper he's going to the reading room. A reading room, he might mean he's got to smoke opium.
Yes.
So there may be less reading and more opium smoking involved in all of this.
What about the buggery?
That, regrettably, may not be happening as much as our housekeeper thinks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It might be still happening a little bit.
Yeah. Who knows?
All right.
Opium's
Well,
a hell of a
then.
drug.
If it is, they're not talking about it, and they're clearly
Yeah.
enjoying it.
As
So
they should.
the Mercury room is also a bust. He's not there.
Okay, I'm going
Means
to
Annie
the.
Wong's,
I'm going to Wong's.
which looks from the front like a tavern located at Mott Street. Just inside the door is a rather scary-looking dude. He's don't know the man. Some Chinese guy was sitting just inside the door with a hatchet, which he's sort of rolling around his hands like he has nothing better to do.
It's like a hatchet man.
Although he knows you, because you're local, you're important, and he just nods his head to indicate the beaded curtain you should go through.
Yes.
He's there to get rid of people who are uninvited.
Yes.
You count as invited.
Or have no money.
Yay. Even though I've never been here before, they're like, yeah, come on.
But they know who you are. They're not going to piss you off. The last thing, because if that happens, then you're going to call your friends in the police department, and then they have a fight on their hands.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in our
So you can
ward.
come in all you like. What's that?
All right. It's in
This
the
is
ward.
in our ward. So
Also that. So
Well-
yeah, no reason to cause problems here.
Your money is always welcome.
I'm clearly here for a good reason.
Yeah, people with either money or political power are always welcome here.
Yes.
Very true. Inside, we're past the beaded curtain, couches. low lighting, and people lounging around getting stoned. Someone is playing a stringed instrument. I don't know how much you know about musical instruments.
Does
Is
it
it
sound
in nature? Yeah, is it
Chinese?
Probably, yeah.
So
yeah, Chinese.
Yeah, it's a gujin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Chinese stringed instrument. So
Okay.
someone is sitting in the corner playing music. Other people are getting high. Miss Wong herself, who very much goes in for the look of the Dragon Empress kind of look, with the layered robes and a couple of tasseled hair sticks, will be happy to point you to Mr. Owens.
Good.
She's also happy to offer you a pipe if you'd like one, or perhaps something to eat, or some wine.
I will be abstaining.
That's fine. In other words, she's going out of her way to bring you, whatever you need.
Yes, whatever I need. She's
your money is no good here. You are welcome here. So yeah, but you know what? That's not a problem. The problem, of course, is that Owens is stoned. Boy, is he! So you'll find him in an alcove, sitting on a couch, currently doing his best to study the intricate folding structure of a dumpling.
He's good and gone.
Yeah. Well, the dumpling is carefully folded to make it easy to eat, and he is apparently currently intensely amused by how effectively the dumpling is folded. He's holding it in his hand and turning it over, looking at the way it's been folded.
Mr. Owens?
You're, I know you, don't I?
You probably do.
I can't remember right now. It's okay. Please sit.
I would like to speak with you about something.
Absolutely. You should try one of these. And what he's got is a wicker basket with a lid, which he opens. Inside are steamed dumplings. You really should try one. They're fantastic.
Well, I will. I'm not hungry at the moment, but I appreciate the offer.
Well, suit yourself. He eats the one he's holding, and then realizes he can no longer study the intricacies of its folding because he just ate it.
Yeah.
He picks up another one to get back to that.
I have a question for you about something that I think you might be the best expert I could find.
Certainly.
And I will produce the book.
We'll hold it close to the light, and there's very little light in here, so he kind of has to, hold it up to the unavailable lamp. Where did you find this?
Let's just say we have found multiple copies at the scenes of fires.
Weird. Fires. Really? I mean, there's a little fire, I guess you could. I mean, not what I use for fire. Just weird. Oh, wait. You're asking me what it is. That's right. You're asking me what it is.
Correct.
Oh, it's the abramelon.
The abramelon. What is the let me do an occult check on that.
Yeah, actually, you probably should. Occult will
I
actually
failed.
help you here.
I failed.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, well. See, it's a book of, well, I suppose that depends on your opinion on the subject of magic.
Right? Let's say I was a believer in magic. What would it represent?
Oh, well, then you have in your hands a proper tool for doing all sorts of things that a man should probably do when he's more sober. He hands you the book back, as if he's afraid in his current state he'll do something stupid with it.
Okay. Could someone set themselves ablaze with what's contained within this book?
I shouldn't think so. So it's the... Okay, hold on, let me think. I got this straight. Okay, here we are. He gets distracted and takes another dumpling. Okay, so the Abramelin is the book of a magician called Abraham of Worms, who lived in, I don't know, the 14th century, I think. And the story is that he traveled to somewhere in Egypt or some such place where he met a magician who taught him all sorts of stuff. And he put some of those things in a book intended for his son. So the title, the Abramelin, Book of Abraham of Worms, the Legacy of Abraham, you can call it any of those things. And the point is that it's Kabbalistic. I don't know how you feel about, Jews. But it's kind of like that. So the idea is that if you set up the things right and you remember all the pronunciations correctly and the names in the right orders and the right lines and state of mind and time and place, and you do that all as you would, then you'll meet beings. And from them, you can get stuff, do stuff. Wrestle guys, I guess. You know that story about Jacob, right? It's from the Bible, where he wrestled an angel. So that's the kind of beings we're talking about here.
All right.
So they could do stuff for you and possibly even wrestle you, I guess. That sounds cool, I guess. Wrestling with an angel. Yeah. I'm pretty good at wrestling. Did you know that?
I'm sure you are.
This guy is so high.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
What do you know of...
On the other hand, it's easy to get stuff out of him because he's high.
Yeah.
What do you know of African masks being used in magic?
Oh, I mean, it's supposed to be a thing. It's not Kabbalistic. Wholly different tradition. And here's the stupid part. So there are some people that get together to do this. And so they'll read something like the Abramelin and they'd be like, this stuff is great and it's high, brilliant. I'm looking for a bigger word here. Fantastic. Well, no, I use fantastical. Anyway, it's impressive. And then you ask them about something like the mass, and they're like, oh, no, that's primitive. It's crude. See, if you want my opinion, and keep in mind that I have been smoking all morning, the problem seems to lie in the fact that some people are prepared to dismiss anything that comes from Africa on the basis of their own bias, where they say, well, if white people did it, then it must be better. And part of that bias, I think, is driven by the fact that the folks who do this sort of stuff, tapping the book, they write their things down with all sorts of esoteric languages. And the people who do that sort of stuff, like making masks, they just memorize it all. And frankly, I think that's the harder way to do it. Like writing it down is like cheap. If you memorize everything, that's training the mind like nothing else. I can do that too.
Do you know of anything within the traditions of these masks that could make someone appear to self-emulate?
Probably. I mean, the way it works, from what I understand, and granted, it's not a thing that I've ever pulled off successfully, I suppose one could ask, is you make a mask that does a thing. The mask needs to replicate, needs to replicate the spirit being whose power you're invoking. So if you were to make a mask, I don't know, suppose you wanted you wanted to create something. So maybe one representing like Nzambe or Ampungu or something like that, right?
Okay.
Then that would be the right figure for that.
Can I do a call check on those two names?
Yeah, sure.
Smile and nod.
Still failing.
Okay.
One.
They're not necessarily it's not necessarily an occult issue.
Okay.
These are spirit beings that belong to people's religion.
Okay.
What he's probably talking about are the religions mostly of West African, like the Yoruba or the Igbo peoples. And some of those have made their way across the Atlantic with enslaved people. So what you're talking about really is the way that some of these figures, which were originally essentially spirit beings invoked by religion, are now being invoked by magicians.
Yeah.
Well, and now that I'm thinking of it, he says, if I was going to do that, it would be something like Anganju, Angaju. I can't remember how to pronounce it. And you can't spell it because it's a thing you memorize, you don't write. So suppose, for instance, and I'm just theorizing, you made a mask of Anganju who's associated with volcanoes and fire and such. Then if you knew what you were doing, then you might use that mask to set a man on fire, I guess. I mean, I'm just speculating here. But that's supposedly, I don't know. I mean, maybe it doesn't work that way at all. There was, what was that one? Thinking. No, I'm not. I'm mostly just puttering about. I'm not really thinking at all. Wait, no, I am. Hold on. I am. Damn it. Alayala. Alala? Ayala, I can't remember it. Anyway, it's a spirit of vengeance. So usually you don't do these things like that. You do them directly. So a man would put on a vengeance mask, and that would empower him to be stronger, and then he goes and kills someone he wants revenge on, or some such. It's not like the spirit does the stuff for you, or maybe it does, actually. I have to admit, I'm not really familiar.
And in theory, these masks for the different gods or spirits of the Western African people would be similar, or is it just a mask carved in their name?
Couldn't tell you there. I've never seen one. But I would imagine that if you were a magician, you'd carve the mask such that it represented the whatever attributes that spirit's supposed to have, you know?
All right.
Like, if you made a statue of a dude with a lightning bolt, everyone would assume it was Zeus.
Yeah.
Unless it was George Washington. Man, what a bad choice that was. No, seriously, I can't believe that they did that. It's terrible. Anyway. Okay, so everyone's an art critic. I am too, I suppose.
What is the language of this book?
This is Latin.
Latin. Just want to make sure.
Although it's the weird thing about it, if you look here, it takes the book back for a moment. The reason you might be having some trouble with it if you know your way around Latin is that chunks of this, see here, are Latino.
So technically it's multiple languages.
Mm.
Or dialects.
Well, yeah, and just to make it more confusing, here, notice, and he points to a section here, the Hebrew characters here are spelling out words in Latin, not Hebrew, with the letters transliterated. Typical, I mean, that's the nature of it. So you see, the point was that the Book of Abramelin was supposed to be a gift from Abraham of Worms to his son. So the idea is that the book would be difficult if you weren't versed in Kabbalah, Latin, and Hebrew.
Okay.
That was deliberate, as the story goes. That way, nobody would misuse it or turn it on people or what have you, because, it's a great deal of... There's stuff in here that can be dangerous. He hands the book back to you again, remembering that he's still stoned.
Yep.
And fills his hand with another dumpling. Eats it, regrets it, picks up another, and studies it.
All right. Well, then I appreciate what you have told me.
Oh, of course.
Not 100% sure if I have any clear knowledge of what I need.
Well, that's always the difficult part, isn't it?
Yes. I would appreciate it when you are not in your current state.
Oh, please. That's rarely the case.
If you could please come by my firehouse.
If I find myself in such a depressive state, then I shall.
Appreciate it.
But the mind works easier in this fashion.
Yes.
I think I shall dream tonight. Or perhaps this afternoon. I have no idea what time it is.
I'll tell him the approximate time.
Yeah, he actually fishes through his pockets for a watch and reads it upside down.
Okay. I probably have
he's
one.
He's going to smoke some more and go into a daze. So.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to finish his dumplings and then smoke some more.
He's going to be so late for dinner.
Yeah, he is.
Right.
This is why he hasn't come to dinner. He's already eaten something and he's high as hell.
I love
this is a pretty damn good place, though, man. They feed you and let you get high here. Holy shit!
Yeah.
It's a full service bar.
Yeah. If you look closely from the outside, you will notice that next to Annie Wug's is a place that makes dim sum, essentially.
Okay.
In other words, you could order from the place next door. They will deliver through the back door to the open door. So you can get essentially takeout food.
They probably have a window. Let's be honest.
Yeah. All right. I need to go use the restroom real quick. So I'm going to leave Wong's and head back towards the firehouse.
Okay.
But I'll be right back.
Now, I believe that leaves still one or two of you to account for Saturday afternoon. Anybody else do anything Saturday afternoon?
Like I said, I get ready for work and all that fun stuff, but
gotcha.
I figure Saturday's probably my busiest night, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people get paid on Saturday.
Yeah.
Which is why Saturday night is popular for drinking.
Yep. And you got to have something to confess for on Sunday, right?
Or you can go to church and sleep off your hangover.
Yeah.
That also works. That's a thing. Okay, so unless there's anything else to be done, anybody? Okay.
No.
So Saturday evening, you'll get back together. So now you know what the book is. Copies of the Abramelin. Notice they are printed, but there's no printer's identification. So what you're looking at is somebody used their own press to make a private print run.
Was there a date anywhere in this book?
No.
Okay. That's what I thought.
The original text is dated to around 1400.
Right.
So this is a print run of a print set version of a manuscript from 1400.
So now we have 3 copies.
Mhm.
One that we stole from Neptune Company. Neptune Company now probably has 1 copy. No, we found the copy from this place. What was the other place Neptune Company went to? That was there another book? Do we think?
Well, there was the original fire that we stumbled into.
Oh, we
Yeah.
don't know if there's a book at Schleman's.
Yeah,
Yes.
we never saw his library.
That book
but there
might
was-
be in there. Wait, but that happened before. We probably would have
Yeah,
found that book if they had it.
Yeah, we know that Schliemann was a very well read man who very likely had one of these books in his collection, and
Yeah.
that Neptune Company did show up to his place.
Right.
I believe.
Yes, yeah, they did.
Also,
They showed up. They didn't do anything much because the fire was out.
Schliemann also was versed in Latin and Hebrew.
Right.
So the question is, why are they collecting all of these texts? Are they trying to? Are they trying to? We know they have some degree of belief in these things, and remember, Conley is still firmly denying the magic at play here.
Yeah.
Could it be that they view these books as some kind of threat to their power, or they're cleaning something up? Is there any identifying information in the war itself as to who printed it?
No.
That's what's missing.
It's private printing, no date, no publishing house. Well, no way. Mr. Tully said, and you've said, or someone said, this book is for summoning demons and angels.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what they want it for.
Then why the
And the
connection
masks
to-
have spirits in them, right? Maybe they want to put one of these demons into one of the masks.
Maybe they're trying. Brick, I think you're onto something. Maybe they're trying to reach out to something that they haven't been able to contact yet. Maybe that's why the connection to the book of local spirits. Maybe there's something in Manhattan that they in their delusion they're trying to contact some kind of folklorish monster. Like,
weren't you talking to a writer fellow? Weren't you supposed to talk to him?
Yes.
I don't believe anyone ever did that.
We have not dealt with that at all yet.
Ruggles.
No, we talked to Ruggles. Ruggles is the black man who owns the store.
Right. Sorry.
The guy we needed was hold on. I have these on a little sticky note. The cultist was Owens. We got him. Huston Sheridan is the writer of the English book. That's like all these myths and folklore.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
we have
the guy
not
you have
talked
not
to
yet
him
spoken.
yet. Right.
You have not spoken to him yet.
We have his address. You got his address, and they said, and you had fabricated out of character some story about we found proof that some of this shit's real, and we want to talk to him about it. You made up this big lie that's probably going to bite us on the ass, but that's okay. Yeah. Okay.
And they said that they were going to get back to it.
They did get back. They sent a message sending his address. He was fine with seeing you.
Okay, then we should go.
Right.
Yep.
We have more than enough information now, I think, to conduct that interview.
I got your spirits right here.
Yeah. We definitely should bring our copy of this grimoire to see what he makes of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we only have 1 copy of his book.
Yes.
We found in the first one. And right now we have 3 copies of this grimoire. One that has an SP in it from Peters. That was the one that we took from Neptune Company House. They definitely stole that from him. We got the one from this fire. The one that's missing right now is Schleimann's. We don't know if they took Schleimann's or if it is still in his library somewhere.
Mhm.
And we got
The
lucky with
assumption is
this
he
one.
probably had one.
He had one. His son did not see a Latin book. Because this one's in
Yep.
Latin, right?
Well, notice part of it is in Hebrew, or at least the
Oh, is it?
lettering is,
Okay.
because it's actually Ladino.
Okay, but it's also Latin.
So his son might have mistaken it if he only saw certain pages. He opened it to one page, saw the
But-
writing looked like it was Hebrew.
But his son
and missed
didn't see it when he put the books back, according
No.
to Tully, who talked to the mom. Okay. So likely, but where
Yeah.
was it? I wonder what they did with it then. Because we raided
Mhm.
Neptune Company House after those fires. That's how we got the Simon
Yeah.
Peters book.
Mhm.
So
Maybe
where is that book?
maybe one of them is keeping the copy on him.
Yeah, or it could be at their house, or there could have been another hiding place we missed, I guess. Okay,
Possibly.
I don't know.
In other words, they might have it. It might still be in Schleman's library.
Right, we just don't know. We didn't have anybody get a good look in the library. Now I could try to break in the house again, or
Yeah, the problem was, nobody actually got a good look at the library.
no, we didn't. We weren't. Tully talked to her downstairs, and never got upstairs. I could think of a real terrible idea. That we're library inspectors sent by the rabbi to inspect your library. They have that, don't they? All right, so that's
No,
that's
pretty sure.
O'Reilly's terrible idea.
Pretty sure that's not actually a thing.
No, O'Reilly's. It could be. I can't think off the top of my head of any good way to get into her library to look at it.
No.
So, unless, well, if Mr. Tully goes back down there and says he's interested in buying that book from her, and give her a fair price, considering he figures she is likely going to, be going through some hard times right now. At least that would allow her or him to go and search the library and see if that book is there.
Do we want to split up? Some of us approach.
It's just an idea.
Mr. Sheraton and Tully leads a group to try and search through the library to see if we can find the missing grimoire.
Well, if you can convince her to sell it to him.
Yeah, Mr. Tully is a very charismatic man. I'm sure he could.
That's just an idea. Yeah, Brick's just along. O'Reilly's along for the ride. So you guys assign him where you want him to go, and he'll go to try to help out.
I would like to.
Huston's important.
I would like to, when we next break to start, continue the investigation, make my way to Mr. Sheraton's residence with the copy of the grimoire.
We can do it right now. I mean, like, it's after dinner time. He'll probably be home, and so will Mrs. Schleman. So what's the breakdown? Who's going with who? Well, you're going to talk to Houston. Tully's got to go see Mrs. Schleman if he's going to try to offer her to purchase that book for a hefty price. And if she can't find it or won't sell it, it's not a big deal. At least they'll verify it's not in the library anymore. Who do y'all want with you? I think Tracy and I are pretty much like, if there's a bar nearby, we'll go.
I mean,
we're muscle.
Tracy has some useful skills, so he's got some library use if you need them.
So if we're gonna go that route, who do you want to go with? Who is what it comes down to. Faye and Tully are the masterminds here.
Yeah,
and Burke if he wants.
I mean, I would take O'Reilly because I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, especially if I'm going to be admitting to doing a little bit of fib.
Just tell me and I'll go. Okay. Do you need more, or do you want to send Burke and O'Treasaigh with Tully, and they can hang out in the bar across the street again in case something goes wrong?
I could take Burke. Well, I mean, we might not be the only people looking for this guy.
So maybe O'Treasaigh, and Tracy could go with Tully and do what we did last time, which was hang out, and if he hears people screaming or something goes wrong, he rushes in to try to help.
Yeah,
I mean,
fine.
literally, it shouldn't take you
Yeah.
guys more than a few minutes to role play it out with this lady, unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. And it is Call of Cthulhu.
Okay, so what's the plan here? We settled on a plan?
Yeah, Tully and O'Treasaigh are going to go down to Schleman's.
Okay.
Yep.
Tully's going to try to talk to Mrs. Schleman, see if he can purchase this book that he asked her about before, the one that's Hebrew /
Grimoire,
yeah, the Grimoire. And then
Yeah.
Faye's going to take Burke and I up to Huston Street or wherever this guy lives. We have his address, and and Faye wants to talk to this guy.
Okay.
And remember, he's expecting you to have evidence that his stories are true. So however you want to handle that.
I've got an angle.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Good. As long as you're kind of
So-
like mentally prepared. That's all I'm doing. Making sure of that.
Okay, so first things first, dealing with Miss Schleman is actually going to be pretty easy.
All right.
She's perfectly happy to see you. She will not sell the book because her son is going to need it. But if you ask about it, she will ask her son to get it so you can see that it's the one you're asking about. So you won't be able to acquire her copy, but you will be able to confirm that it is a copy of the Abramelin.
Ooh, okay.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it there?
Yeah, they still have it.
They still have it. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's very dangerous for them.
In other words, if Neptune Company men tried to steal it, they failed to find it.
But we can confirm that the book is one that we already have.
It's identical to the ones you have.
Which means all the books are accounted for up to date right now that we know of.
So
Yeah.
Neptune Company had
Okay.
one. You stole it from them.
Okay, that was Peters, Stephen Peters' book.
Yep, which he put his initials inside of.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
so this one, her son is going to need it. She's convinced. So she can't part with it.
Okay. So if we
Well-
want that book, we have to steal it, or else there's probably gonna be another fire here. Is my thought as a player.
Well, remember, the point of the Abramelin is it was a gift from a father to a son.
Yeah.
So from what she understands, one day, her husband was going to gift this book to her son.
Hmm.
That day is now because he's gone.
Yeah.
It was something that was supposed to happen when he reached the end of his life. That wasn't supposed to happen quite so soon. But
Mhm.
now it belongs to her son. So even if she needed the money, she could not sell it to you.
Yeah, it is understandable. What a father passes to his son is very important.
Exactly. And this, she doesn't know much about it, but she does know that the point of a book like this is it is supposed to be passed from a father to a son.
Okay.
So she knows that part. She's right about that part.
Okay.
So that part was easy. So you can confirm all 4 of the people who have combusted, assuming that your Friday victim was a combustion victim.
Yeah.
Our owners of the
Had this
copy of the
book.
Abramelin.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure the connections out here.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
So those of you who go to visit Mr. Sheridan,
Mhm.
he lives on Houston Street in a 2nd-floor apartment. It's a nicer building. Rent here is probably paying $12 to $13 a month here.
That's
So
the same
definitely
neighbor.
no slum.
That's the same neighborhood that Lark lives in, right?
Yes.
So if we pass Lark's tenement, I'm going to point it out to Faye and to
Mhm.
Burke, and to Burke if he doesn't know already.
Yeah. He
Exactly
lives on
what
the
it
3rd
is.
floor in that building.
Boom! There's Lark's window right there.
Okay, good
So-
to know.
Since it's on the 2nd story, we can't really do the hang out by a bar kind of
No,
thing.
not as easily.
Yeah.
So,
what do you want us
all
to
three of
do
us are
here,
having-
Faye? We can all 3 go in, or somebody could wait around, loiter somewhere outside, and then I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
I definitely want at least one of you with me. One of you can wait and loiter.
Who?
Well, here's the thing. As you're approaching Houston Sheridan's apartment,
Fire.
you'll see him coming down the stairs.
Oh, never mind then.
He's on his way somewhere.
That makes it easy.
So he's leaving his apartment literally as you walk up. He's leaving the apartment.
Oh, so we see him come out
you
the
guys
door.
are like,
okay, that's
like
how we
half
know
a
who
block
it is.
away when you see him come out the door.
Is he walking towards us or away from us?
That's the door.
Make a luck roll.
My luck has recently gone down.
Oh, that sucks. But with a successful luck roll, he's coming toward you.
Dope.
47 out of 48.
Yes.
Oh, yes, he turns to his right and is coming toward you. So if you stay
Wonderful.
where you are, he'll pass you. Or walk right into you, depending on how crowded it is. The street's pretty crowded.
I adjust my hat and I approach with a skip in my step and a bright, friendly smile as I make eye contact and put on a face of pleasant recognition.
Okay, like, oh, pleasure to meet you here in the street kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And he's happy to see you too. Asks if you'll walk with him a bit as he is on his way to the tobacconist.
Absolutely, Mr. Sheridan. You spoke.
Well, naturally.
Yeah,
It does help the thoughts, it's good for the nerves, and excellent for the digestion.
absolutely. I recently came into an interesting pipe that I'd love to pick your brains on. It's made of sandstone.
Oh, probably Hoboken.
Hoboken. I
Like
note
in Jersey? No, sorry.
Mhm. Oh, quite.
Oh,
The
I'm not
very
sure.
name refers to is derived from Haudenosaunee word for place we make pipes.
Ooh,
By the way, true story, it actually is.
very
Okay.
cool.
Although I think he's wrong about the language. I think it's actually Algonquin or Munsee.
Mhm.
Point of the matter is that he's half right.
I recently came into contact with the artifact, and I'd love to pick your brain about it. I don't have it on me now, but
Oh,
pardon
naturally.
me, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm Conley Fay.
Nice to meet you. You
Nice to
clearly
meet you.
know me before I know you. Now, the other
I'm-
two of you, are you guys hanging back a bit? Because it's a crowded street. The other two of you could just fade into the crowd a bit and be like 2 steps behind and hardly noticeable.
I'm gonna step back because it seems Faye has a good angle. So
Okay. So
I'm not
yeah,
gonna.
Yeah, I do
Let the
whatever he
crowd-
does. I'll be right back.
Okay, just let the crowd separate you for a moment. It's easy to do. At least until you
We'll,
get to where he's going.
we'll keep eye contact with him. Like
Now, because he's only going down the block and around the corner, and
Mm.
then he steps into a tobacco shop.
I go with him.
Rogers Tobacco, says the sign. Out front is a large wooden Indian.
Ah.
Classic. Inside, a broad counter. 2 women work here. And behind the counter, vials, jars, boxes. A whole cabinet with tiny little pull-out drawers. Also in front of the counter are several comfy chairs. The whole place, of course, smells like tobacco. Boy, does it. And there's 2 people sitting in the chairs smoking cigars. In other words, there's a little place to test stuff out, if you like. Try it, see if you want to buy more. There's also 2 people currently waiting in line to be served. So Mr. Sheridan basically stands behind them waiting to get to the counter.
Before we talk to the people behind the counter, I say, Mr. Sheridan, you were right. I caught you at a bit of an advantage knowing you before you knew me. To make up for me
It happens
taking
to men in my position.
To make up for me taking advantage of your time today, please allow me to purchase whatever you like.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It's very appreciated.
Of course. I am clearly coming to you with, I dare say, ulterior motives. To put in a little bit of a more exciting way. But
And what man doesn't?
True. That one looks nice. I point at the counter.
Now, do you know? Does your character smoke? Do you know anything about? Okay,
My character does smoke.
so you're actually going to be able to follow this because when he gets to the counter, he doesn't really need to order so much as the girl behind the counter recognizes him and knows what he gets.
Hmm.
So she basically begins packaging his order without him having to order anything, taking out various leaf, measuring it out, putting it in a container.
Mhm.
In other words, he's a regular here. They know what his normal order is.
The as it's being processed, can I get a whiff to see if it smells anything like the substance we found? We detected from the pipe in
No. This is
Skillbox?
This is tobacco, not cannabis or opium.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Just double checking.
And if you
Fair.
know you're on this stuff, this is good quality tobacco.
Wonderful.
He really favors mostly Virginia grown longleaf. Widely considered good quality.
I pay for it.
Okay.
I'm good for it. And then
Are you getting anything for yourself while you're here?
Hmm?
Are you getting anything for yourself while you're here?
You know what? I'll get his brand.
Okay.
It smells interesting.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, as we leave, or I would like to start with my opening pitch.
Okay.
So I recently had the pleasure of reading your book.
Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Very much so. It was very illuminating. I am in the import-export business. You see, Mr. Sheridan. And in the import-export business, I come into contact with all sorts. Recently,
Naturally.
I came into contact with, and I sort of hush my tone a little bit. A group of odd fellows who seem to be, I don't know any other way to put this, seem to be engaging in some form of worship that I had trouble recognizing at first. But reading your book, I noticed certain parallels with the
I see what you
practice,
mean. Yes.
and several of the inferences and ideas that you mentioned. It seemed to make connection in my mind, at the very least. So I wanted to talk to you, as you are the expert specifically in this region, as they had some curiosity, some it seems like they're looking for something, and I want to understand better.
Wouldn't be surprised. There are any number of such societies. Seekers of knowledge and wisdom. Those interested in understanding themselves and others. Now, of course, some of them are just nonsense. You know that, naturally. For instance, phrenology. Utter nonsense.
Those are the blokes who think that you can judge a person's whole life by the shape of their skull, right?
Not judge. It's more personal improvement. So they say that if your such a lobe is large, you are naturally greedy, therefore you should guard against greed.
Very
Knowing
odd.
that you have a tendency to greed, you should guard yourself against it. So
Very
it's self-improvement for those who want to imagine that the bumps on their head can lead to self-improvement. Ridiculous.
Sounds to me they have too many bumps on the head.
With a certainty. If you're talking about
Tracy's
seekers
a
of true
genius by
wisdom,
that standard.
yeah, then there are such societies, as it were, clubs, if you like. I'm familiar with one or two of them.
Oh,
Well, they say that the Tammany Society began as such a club, for one. Now, I don't know if that's true. Tammany, by the way, from the Lenape mythical figure. The Tammany Society also are major political players. Like, fuck with them in New York at your peril.
Mm.
The Elonia Lodge, of which I myself am proud to be a member.
Oh.
And the Improved Order of Red Men, among whom I would not be seen dead. Posers, lunatics, all. To the last of them.
Clearly, this is a world with which you are more familiar than I, sir, and feel I've come to the right man.
I suppose. Have you lunched yet?
I have not.
Well, join me then.
Wait, it's dinner time. It's after dinner time when this took place.
Sorry. Right.
Well, apparently he hasn't had lunch yet.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Which tells you the kind of hours he keeps.
All right. Let's take a meal, and I sort of make eye contact with my two shadows.
Yeah.
To sort of like let them know that I'm okay for now, but you can either circle or leave or cut.
I'll follow him at a distance. If that's what we're doing.
Okay.
I mean, are they going to a restaurant of some kind?
You're going into a restaurant, yeah.
We'll go
Is it
into a
expensive?
Well,
Marcy's is what the sign says. Marcy's Epicurean Eating House.
Ooh.
Epicurean. What does that mean? I'm looking at Burke. Burke,
That's
what's that word? What's that word?
Does O'Reilly know what the word is? Has O'Reilly ever encountered the word Epicurean?
Epicurean. Is that some kind of that's that thing they put up your bum so that you poop? Is that what that is? Burke, help. Is that what is that?
is this an education roll?
Yes. What's your education?
My education is 40.
So yes, a roll will be needed. Beyond a certain level, you've almost certainly encountered the word Epicurean.
26.
Greek
So that is the
philosophy
regular.
originally. You're referring to people who enjoy fine food.
Is that expensive, Burke?
So this is the advertisement is basically this is a place that serves fine food.
It's a bit hoity-toity, but yes, it is fine food.
I've got some money, but not much.
You might even call it cuisine
Ooh.
rather than food. Notice when we get French words involved, things get more expensive.
Right.
Well, Mr.
What's the difference between food and cuisine?
Let's go in. Let's go in.
She's like, we look at the menu, we can't read anything.
Oh my God, there's gonna be another damn menu. Let's go in. Let's go in. I'm gonna urge Burke. I've got a little money, and Mr. Fay will probably pay us back if it's too expensive.
Well, remember what defines a restaurant is that it has a menu where you can choose items off the menu.
As long as it's not like that other menu.
Go into an oyster house and your choice is oyster or not.
Yeah. Well, no. Remember we went to that other place and everything was in French,
or salty,
and it was like Let's. Can we get a table, Kevin?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Just near Conley somewhere where we can kind of keep an eye on him if he needs us. How expensive are we talking?
So probably depending on what you get, you'll probably end up spending about $2.
Oh my God!
So it's upscale.
Okay. $2 each. Oh my God!
Yeah, like it's about $2 a head at a place like this. Now,
I actually have $2 in my pocket. So
what you'll get out of from Sheridan over the course of a conversation, over the course of dinner, is he's aware of a number of groups that are pursuers of what they like to think of as Native American wisdom. He believes Tammany started as one of them. The Ileona Lodge, which he's a member of, he insists is very much one of them. The Improved Order of Red Men he regards as a bunch of posers and jackasses. But the big thing, your big takeaway from this is not, unless you want something else in particular, is not so much the legend itself, whatever legends it was, and he's got several of them for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the idea of these societies.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, what connects everybody who owns a copy of the Abramelin?
An enema.
They're in a club.
They're in a club.
Yeah, they're in a club.
They belong in the same club.
That's, long story short, that's what he thinks. That owning a copy of that, like when you join whatever club that is, you acquire a copy of the Abramelin.
Mm.
And the reason he thinks it is because he had actually heard of such a thing.
Really?
He hadn't thought of the Abramelin in years, but he had heard of a society that called itself the Sons of Abraham. He thought they were some kind of abolitionist club and hadn't given them a second thought.
Mm.
But it works as good as anything he can think of.
Interesting. I mentioned specifically that this group of people I encountered seemed to be of the belief that they could set people on fire with their minds. Does that spark anything?
That he thinks is absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not how things work.
No.
I mean, he's got a lot of knowledge at his fingertips on Native American legend and folklore.
Mm.
He's never heard of anything like that. He's heard of creatures that will eat you.
Mm-hmm. For the name of the Orisha that we didn't recognize, we weren't able to track down. Could I run that by him to see if he recognizes it?
Yeah, it won't help you here. He knows very little about African mythology.
Fair. Was it? Forgive my memory. Was it him who mentioned? Was it in his book about connections between cultures on either side of the Atlantic? Or was it?
He'd implied some of that. That some of the stories, in particular, the idea of meeting the devil at a crossroads.
Mm.
For instance, he's in his book, he takes up the idea that traces its origins back to the story of Legba, Lord of the Crossroads, who's an Orisha found in Yoruba culture and Igbo culture and similar cultures, who made his way to America, where he became associated with the devil as enslaved people Christianized.
Mm-hmm.
And so it becomes, instead of meeting Legba at the crossroads, now you meet the devil. In other words, to him, it's the same legend, just the featured character has shifted his identity.
Mm-hmm.
So he's also differentiated Native American legend from what appears to be imports.
Mm.
In other words, some of the stuff he's got in his book are things that he believes came over with Africans. Some of it is Native American lore.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, he finds no connection to any of the things that were imported to connecting to something like the being called Wendigo or Ithaca.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Nayuna Falasi, or some such.
Mm. I do ask him about his theories about pre-colonial cultural transfer.
He's got nothing on that.
Oh, sorry. I remember something about that. Obviously the post-Atlantic, but I thought we had encountered something about pre-colonial Atlantic transfer. Am I misremembering?
Nothing that could be proved.
Nothing that could be
And
proved.
he doesn't seem to think that that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, he's pretty sure that you've got a body of North American mythology, a body of African mythology, and that as these people came in contact with each other, things got mixed together. And then the whole thing got filtered through a Christian lens. And so you end up with the devil at the crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
You end up with Ithaqua becoming Wendigo. You end up with things like the lance owl.
Fascinating. I mean, I'm just happy to sit here, pay for his wine, and pick his brain.
Mm-hmm. So you'll get stuff like that.
Yeah, but the Sons of Abraham, circling back to the to these various groups. So despite the fact that each is pursuing enlightenment in their own way, they seem, from what you said, antagonistic to each other. As you mentioned about this improved order of red men.
You might say that, yeah.
Mm. It would never turn to violence, would it?
Should see why not at points.
Oh?
I mean, how many hitters does the Tammany Society have? Ask Mr. Rinders and his shoulder hitters, why don't you?
Mm.
If the rest of you were there, you would get the reference. These are people who help elections along by, beating up people they don't agree with. So, yeah, to that extent, violence is always been part of the system. So the idea that these societies would turn on each other violently in some other way doesn't surprise him. He's just not sure what else is at stake. I mean, the Tammany do it for political power. If they had a reason to do it for other things, they sure might.
Mm-hmm. Would he have any idea of where I could reach out to the Sons of Abraham?
That he does not.
Mm.
They don't have
Still that name, at least.
orders or any such thing. Like, he's not aware that they have a room or a meeting hall or any such thing. They keep their membership largely secret.
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally they apparently meet to have some kind of ritual or something where they all do a thing together. If they have regular meetings, he's never been to one. At least he's assuming that's the case. The implication you're getting here is that he's really talking more about the Alonia Lodge, which he's a member of, that they have regular meetings where they do stuff.
And he's basing his understanding on
that. What do you want to bet the Sons of Abraham do this too? Why wouldn't they? Like, you get together periodically and have a meeting and do stuff. So he's assuming they probably do that. But yeah, now you have a name. And you may now have the connection between the four who've exploded.
I do want to show him the grimoire to just see his reaction. Does he treat it specifically? I'm trying to gather. Does he treat it as a historical document you've just put in front of me, or does he look at it like it's radioactive material?
Neither, really. He just sort of looks at it like it's Latin in it. Like, he's not very good at Latin. He'll admit that he really should have paid more attention in school.
Right.
And kind of regrets kind of skipping out and kind of snoozing through Latin. Because he learned it from a teacher who was a complete jackass. And he learned to hate Latin and never really mastered it. And now he's kind of sad about that and wishes he had.
It's never too late.
Because it would be useful to know right now. Well, I mean, he could go back and learn it if he wanted to. The point is that he had an opportunity when he was a child to learn it, and he didn't do so. And now he's kind of sad that he didn't.
Misspent youth. That I can relate to. Well, I thank him profusely because he's giving me whole new angles, and I promise to share with him any further enlightenment I get the sort of people who are essentially like diving into this from my end.
Okay. Well, he'd be happy to have that.
Yes, if I come across anything more relevant to his area of expertise, I will of course bring it to him immediately. And I thank him profusely for such a stimulating conversation.
Okay, cool. So
I'm
now,
trying to flatter, schmooze, and give him
which never hurts.
Yeah, so much that he completely forgets my initial lie opening up the conversation.
And by the end of it, you probably have, yeah.
Yeah.
So now you've got a name to work with.
Excellent.
Who are the sons of Abraham? Do they have a meeting hall?
So, Faye tells us. Wait, Faye, do you give me my $2 back?
I absolutely give you that $2.
Thank
Your
God.
$2.
Oh, good.
$2 for the meal.
So you got a good meal.
So I got a good meal, and I'm not broke. So basically, the Sons of Abraham give away this book with a membership.
Or you buy the book when you become a member, or some such. Point
Something.
is that
we don't know for sure, but
it seems that everyone who's a member of this group has a copy of the Abraham.
And they're being targeted by somebody who's burning them up, and at least in one case stole the book from the victim.
I might have stolen it from the others if you hadn't intervened.
That's kind of where we stand, right?
I think we might be looking at an occult gang war.
Well, it seems much more violent. Usually in a gang war, you just beat each other up and throw bricks and sticks and rocks at each other. You don't.
Neptune Company seems to be playing for keeps.
Well, who are sons of Abraham? So are they Hebrews?
I suspect that
we're walking back to the fire department or something, Kevin, and talking.
One of them might have been.
Yeah,
the others probably aren't.
One was definitely Jewish. Yeah,
but the others aren't. So it's probably not a religious thing.
No, I think it might be a wider.
People join for some other. The qualification for joining is something that has nothing to do with what religion you are.
They're finding common cause or whatever.
How do we find a secret society in New York City?
They apparently, and my good Brooke, this is why I make you read that newspaper, are aligned with abolitionism.
Oh. Well, Mr. Ruggles knew him.
That is wait, no, I might have. Yeah, Ruggles is a connection to the Underground Railroad. If there's a connection between this organization and the local abolitionist movement, we might be able to get an in, especially if we make it clear that we believe they're being hunted.
Yep. And to make a long story short, if you ask Mr. Ruggles about it, which
go there on the way back,
stop off there and catch up with him. He's not familiar with a group called the Sons of Abraham, but he is familiar with a group that calls itself the Followers of Abraham. Maybe it's the same thing.
They give out books. Does he know? Or sell them?
Actually, he doesn't. You know what? Now that he thinks about it, he's pretty sure that several of members have ordered books through his store. And he goes and checks his own records and discovers that he could not get what they wanted.
What they want?
Something called the Abramelin.
Okay.
He could not find a place to acquire copies of it. But he directed them to a fellow bookseller.
Oh, all right. Then we need to know this guy.
A fellow by the name of Josiah Garnett.
I tap Burke on the shoulder. Do you remember a few years ago? I had you help with that crate. There was an immigrant woman who had brought or had specifically ordered dolls from her home country. And they nested inside of each other.
Oh, I've heard of those nesting dolls.
Russian nesting dolls.
Yes.
Yeah, cleverly called nesting dolls because they nest. Okay, they didn't stay up all night thinking of a better name.
Yeah. What if the sons of Abraham are nested within the followers of Abraham? What if it's a smaller organization within a larger organization?
Oh.
Or maybe just two names for the same group.
Mm-hmm.
Or two names for the same group, or maybe there's some dichotomy of orders.
Keep in mind, if you're engaging in abolitionism, a little denialism and a little security is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So they may be hiding out because there's some kind of secret society of magicians. They may also be hiding out because New York occasionally burns down abolitionists.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that would
Both.
explain.
Why not both?
That would explain why Neptune Company's going after them, because they got the slave trade going.
They are connected.
And so
Maybe.
does what's his name, W Man, Wilkerson.
I truly believe we're stumbling upon some kind of occult gang war between two groups that think they're wizards.
Or worse, are wizards.
What is it early enough we could go find this Josiah Garnett fellow, maybe?
Yeah. Or the worst to worst, you could do it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
That's up to Mr. Fay.
By this hour, it's after dinner. So by this hour, it's about 8 p.m.
Oh, so he's not going to be in his store unless his house is above his store.
Which is
Probably
also
not gonna,
possible.
we're not going to be able to find him.
Well, you can take yourself down to his store and see what's there.
It's up
at
to
this
Mr.
hour.
Fay.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a position where we could snag Tully and O'Treasaigh too.
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
we?
You can meet up with
And
them.
bring them with us.
Oh,
It's up to
easily.
you, and it's up to Tully and Fay then. If we want to go ahead and check with, okay, let's go see if Garnett's in his store, if his house is above his store.
All speed. We are onto something. We've got a lead.
We arrive
So
and it's on fire.
So grab everybody
Yeah.
and make your way down to Mr. Garnett's bookstore, which is just a few blocks up the road.
Yeah, I'd let them know that I spoke with Mrs. Schleiman.
Okay.
And she is not willing to part with the book for any price. But the book that she is not willing to part with is the book we already have.
Well, yeah. I'm going to put forth the theory that she is not in any danger, because the books are just the connection to the cult, to the
Correct.
Abrahamers.
Yep.
Right? So they're after them, not the books.
In which case,
Correct.
Joshua Schleiman's death ends their interest there.
Yeah. They probably won't come back.
For now.
For now.
They might be taking the book. Yeah, they might not be interested in the books, but they might be taking the books as trophies.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Garnett's store is on Center Street, so it's about a 6-block walk. By the time you get there, it's about 8:30.
Is it
and
dark?
when you do, the store is not open for business, but there are lights on inside.
Okay, he's counting days' wages or something.
Or something has happened. There are people inside.
There's people.
Because you can see shadows move in the back behind where the sales counter is.
Okay.
But the door is locked, and the sign hanging in front says closed.
Did we find out what the meeting place?
So something is happening after the store has been closed.
Mr. Tully,
the way the shadows move, there's probably at least 2 or 3 people.
Mr. Tully, I believe we could use the air of authority.
Is there an apartment above the store?
Yeah.
Is there any lights on up there?
No lights on there, though.
Okay, just curious.
So the people are either not here or downstairs or asleep upstairs.
8:30, yeah. Makes sense.
And what? Sorry, I had to step away. What's the link here?
Sons of Abraham, or the followers of Abraham, they give
maybe
away
the
or
same
they
thing.
sell these books to their members. Faye thinks that they're abolitionists, they're connected to abolitionists, and Faye thinks that this other group, the Neptune group, and those slavers have started targeting them with the burn up immolation spell of some kind. And so
and Ruggles knew that Mr. Garnett is how they acquired copies of the Abramelin when he could not.
So he might be able to point us the direction of them.
Yeah.
Or there might be some of them in there right now.
Yeah, he probably knows who they are. He sold several of them books.
Okay.
So what
Whether
we're
he'll
here
tell
for...
you is a different... He probably knows.
Yeah, we're
So
here
we're basically here to try to figure out if anyone who else might have these books.
Right.
Yeah.
And Garnet
Yeah.
should have that information. Whether
Yeah.
he's willing to give it or not.
That's a different issue.
Thank you.
If we can find the cult itself, this organization, that would be good too. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because if people were buying copies of Abramelin, they got it through this man.
yeah, because these
So
people are like
in his sales records are people who bought that book.
Yeah.
these people are assassinating people by essentially burning down whole buildings around them.
Yep.
So
And they are
it would be a good
single,
idea.
If we have just stumbled upon a group meeting, they are all in a single building right now, which is potentially
Dangerous.
We only saw 2 or 3 shadows so
Yeah.
far. So
Or it's Neptune Company
could be.
and doing the exact same thing we're doing and trying to find out more people.
Raiding the place or whatnot.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Only
it's
one way to
possible that
find-
whoever's in there are hostile.
Right.
don't know. Let's go find out.
Yep. I will go to the front door.
Okay.
I'm assuming it is locked because of
I'm
the time of night.
I'm going with
Yeah.
him.
And there's a flip sign that tells you that the business is currently closed.
And I will be knocking
Okay.
loud enough that they should be able to hear it.
There is a significant delay.
Can we still see the silhouettes, the shadows, whatever was in there?
Well, the light, some of the lights get put out. Yeah. And then about 2 minutes later, a man comes to the door. He's thin, with significant facial hair, probably middle-aged.
I whisper to Mr. to Mr. Tully, the owner's Jameson Garnet.
Yeah, based on what Ruggles told you, this is probably Jameson Garnet.
Mhm.
This Garnet described him as thin, middle-aged, and with whiskers like for days.
Oops, sorry.
He opens the door a crack. Says, "Forgive me, sir, we're closed."
I understand. I was hoping to speak with a Mr. Garnet
Well, that's myself.
in regards to a
He's still kind of hiding behind the door as best he can.
in regards to a book. It's the Sorry, the
Abramelin.
the Abramelin. In regards to a book called the Abramelin and a group called either the Followers or Sons.
Come in, stop, please
Thank
come in.
you.
As soon as you mention the book, he opens the doors like, get off the street. Like, this is not a conversation we're having in the street or anywhere near the street.
Very well, very well.
So,
Did the others come up, or were we all there?
That's up to you. Did you approach alone?
Oh no, if he's letting me in, I'm holding it for everyone.
Well, I was up there with him. I went up there with him.
So he'll hold the door open, and everybody else.
All
comes
5
in.
of us go in. Okay.
Now, one of you probably, I think, who was first? Obviously, Tully was first.
Tully.
Yeah, so you're going to need to make yourself either a persuade
Yeah.
or intimidate roll, depending on what approach you want to take.
Well, I'll do a persuade.
In other words,
I made it.
Either convince him you're on his side or scare him.
You're choosing a friendly route.
Yeah, I'm choosing the friendly route.
Okay. Because what he'll do is he'll usher you into the back room behind the sales counter.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you realize people have been here. Candles, of course, are warm. You saw the light. And you'll notice that there's stacks of papers that have been sort of hastily put away.
I'm sorry if
they were preparing some documents. Probably
I'm
the kind
sorry
of
if
thing
we have disturbed you this evening.
No, not at all. And then the key to it, with a successful roll there, what they've got there, they're packaging copies of the Morning Star. It's an abolitionist newspaper. In other words, they're editing and packaging copies probably for shipment to the South.
Yeah.
The kind of thing that a mob will burn your business down if they know you're doing.
Yes.
Which is why they were doing it at night, behind a locked door. And with a persuade roll, in other words, they're aware, oh, wait, no, you're okay with this.
Yeah, can I stay near the front doors in the dark and just keep an eye out?
Yeah, good idea, actually. So,
we needed to speak with you about that particular tome, as our fire company has discovered several copies of them in recent fires of unusual circumstances.
I
People owning them could be in grave danger.
back them up by naming all of the victims who we have recorded.
And he sort of slumps down in the chair he's in, as in he knows. And to your business about it could be dangerous, he knows. And I'll tell you, he says, because I don't know what else to do. They've already killed half of us.
We
Who are they exactly?
Yes.
We don't know. That's the problem.
We suspect they might be associated with the Neptune Company.
Not on my suspect list. In all fairness, I didn't have much of a list.
What about Wilkerson?
These murderers are doing it by means you would hardly credit.
It's magic.
That's one way to put it, yes. And this man, now that you see him up close, clear-eyed, with a long gaze, if this man's down sanity points, it's because he's a fanatic.
The
So,
names.
Those
Okay.
who oppose abolitionism often accuse abolitionists of being fanatics. In this case, they're right. This is a man who is perfectly willing to kill and die in a cause. The fact that that cause is a noble one may not make that much less dangerous.
Yeah.
His cause may be just and righteous. He's still a fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
He's
send
still
him
eager
over
to
to
kill
Neptune
or die.
Company.
I ask, do the names Samson and Wilkerson mean anything?
Wilkerson? He's a businessman, I think.
You are being targeted. That's clear.
Yes.
The reason why is still secured. Has your number made any moves recently? Have you conducted any raids on any properties associated with slavers?
Naturally. That's what we do.
Have you done anything within the last few months that may have caught attention?
Come to think of it. Yes, actually. So, several months ago, you familiar with America, the brig, not the country, the ship?
Mm-hmm.
When she put into port back in May, there were 7 captives in her hold. We liberated them.
What happened to these 7 captives?
We sent them north. Hopefully, they've reached Canada by this point. But now we know. Are you certain that the murderers are involved with Neptune Company?
Well, I would not say certain, but there seems to be.
Yes, they are. They got the
very
masks.
close connection.
Yes. No, they're involved. They had Mr. Peter's book.
Is this somehow connected? Is this retaliation for the America raid?
It could be. We need to. Do you know who the America was transporting these captives for?
Not entirely, but I would be very surprised if Wilkerson and Sampson were not involved. They had significant shares in that ship.
All right.
As far as I know. Well, honestly, gentlemen, you've done us a fine service. Now we know what we have to do.
What?
Well, these men are hoping to kill us. So we shall kill them first.
We think they learned their magic from a prisoner in Wilkerson's basement.
Steal from the men they enslave?
Yes.
Precisely the sort of despicable behavior one would expect of such men.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are going to get themselves killed real fast.
Oh, we'll do it. But we'll do that by our own hearts. We don't need to take from those who've already suffered enough.
Mr. Garnet, well, I completely empathize with your rage, your fellows, your comrades. I understand the crimes committed against them intolerable, and obviously we have some interest in preventing further fires, further destruction. Launching yourselves head first into the fire is not.
I am sorry, but these people need to stop.
I don't disagree, but...
And I promise you, sir, today being Sunday, by next Sunday, I promise you, they will stop.
Today's Saturday. It's Saturday evening.
Oh, okay.
Just
Sorry, so
FYI.
Saturday.
Yeah.
By next Sunday. I said by next Sunday,
That's
they
fair.
will stop.
It might also be late enough that it's crossed over into Sunday.
No, not yet. It's at this point about 9:30.
It's like 8.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
By the time you got here, it's about 9:30-ish. So yeah, no, there's still a little Saturday left. I thank you, gentlemen. I thank you very much. You and yours have provided us a target, a means. You need do nothing further. By the way, all of you at this point should make a sanity roll.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Hey!
No, I failed.
Those who fail will lose 1 point.
Okay.
Those who succeed will lose nothing. And those who fail in particular, the growing cold awareness, these people own a collection, a book that says, talks about how to summon things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now they know where to send whatever they're calling forth.
Mm-hmm.
You just gave them a target.
The magical war of New York.
This man is a fanatic, willing to kill. He allegedly can call forth demons, and you just gave him a target.
Yep.
Yay.
Demons
Good
or
job.
angels?
That depends on who you are.
They're the same thing when they send him to smash something.
Is there really a difference at this point?
No,
Yep.
there's not.
Nah.
They're all the same.
Oh boy. All right.
I'm just looking for Faye or Tully to signal me to kill these guys at this juncture.
No.
So
Just looking,
I
just
don't know
keep
whether you want to
an eye
do
out.
something
I don't know.
about
I
this
don't know
man
what.
right now. But if you don't do something about this man now, you have a week to do something about Neptune Company before something worse happens.
Oh, he says he's not doing it for a week? I thought he said it would be done within a week.
Within a week.
He said it'll be done within a week, which means whatever he's doing is going to take that long to manifest.
Okay. Yeah.
But magic, it's not quick for the most part. Remember, magic in Call of Cthulhu is not fireball and lightning kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Summon, wait for the right time of day or night to summon a thing. Do that for a day. Then the thing arrives. Then it goes to where you want it to. Then it murders everybody there.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't.
So he may be planning to do a thing that takes time or has to be done at the right hour or some such.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, he clearly has something in mind to destroy Neptune Company. Now that he knows who he has to destroy.
Well, he's got the name
The
Wilkerson
right phase of the mood.
And Wilkerson and Sampson.
Wilkerson, Sampson. I don't think we mentioned Lark, but Lark is a kind of a peon, so he's going to be hard to find.
Yeah. Also, he's a soldier. He's not a leader.
Mm-hmm.
We want the leaders.
This is a development.
Yeah. So unless you're doing anything about that, he'll show you to the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
now
go. If Faye and Tully leave, I leave.
Yeah. So
I leave.
now we
Politically, Neptune Company being gone doesn't hurt Tully's future.
Yeah. Oh no, not at all. It's just your concern right now is
Innocent
what collateral
bystander.
damage goes
Yeah,
with it.
and how many insane
What are-
people
what are the-
from seeing this thing come down from the sky to smash
Yeah.
this kaiju comes out of the Hudson River and smashes
Yeah.
Neptune Company.
Yeah. What are the sons of Abraham planning on doing, and how bad is it going to be for everybody in the neighborhood?
But also,
Yeah.
are they voting for me?
That's an excellent question. If they're dead by election day, probably not.
No.
Well, maybe not.
It's probably still going to cost sanity for
Okay.
us to know that we did nothing to stop a lot of people going crazy. Or
Oh yeah,
Yep.
there's also that. At this point, we are kind of in that moment, and it's one of my favorite
Yeah.
bits, I think, in a lot of games. Have you ever seen the pre-printed scenario? Tell me, have you seen the yellow sign?
the old one?
It's very old.
Is it the one that
pre-printed
takes place in
scenario
New
from
Orleans?
Chaosium. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with that. They've reprinted that several times and
Yeah,
expanded.
it's really good. Basically, it begins with the characters have some knowledge of what the yellow sign is, and they open their newspapers one morning in the 1920s and they see decorations for Mardi Gras, and the yellow sign's all over it.
Oh.
And the next thing in the adventure is if the characters choose to do nothing, they lose 1d20 sanity because they could have done something and did it. Game over.
And there's so many dead bodies.
Yeah, like there's literally an option that is just the game ends now because you chose not. You knew what it meant. No one else did. You could have acted. You chose not to.
I usually give my characters
Everybody
that
loses.
option as like, do you guys want to deal with this? And if they're like, no, we're going to continue on to our next destination. And then later you find out from the newspapers, oops, that town got wiped off the map by something with hoof prints that were 40 feet wide or whatever.
Yep. So that's where we are now.
Okay.
In other words, if you do nothing, if the sons of Abraham can do what they say they can do, they're going to do something awful. Your problems are solved, and
But two awful people though too.
they're going to do
There's
something
going
awful
to
to
be
awful
collateral
people.
damage.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
going to be
I
a lot of
know.
collateral damage.
The only thing that would work in our advantage is if somehow, and we can't guarantee this, or we go to Neptune Company now, we tell them, hey, these guys are coming for you, you better get them
Yeah.
first, and get them fighting against each other, and then we just wipe out whoever's left.
Also an option.
That's
or
a
wipe
terrible
out-
option.
That could just create. That could just level New York.
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
make it
that
10
too.
times worse.
Yeah, it's probably best that you don't
Wait,
set two bands of would-be wizards on each other directly.
How many fires has New York had over the years?
Oh, a lot.
Like
All of them.
devastating fires? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, ones that wiped out the whole city? I don't think there was a. There wasn't like a
18
Chicago fire, was there?
1835, 1845.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a periodic thing.
Yeah.
Once the
particular
buildings
fun-
get built back up, then they have to burn
Yeah.
down.
The particular fun thing about the 1835 one is that what went was the financial district, as the fire started on Pearl Street, which meant that insurance claims were an absolute nightmare because what
All the
went up
paperwork was
among other
destroyed.
things, yeah, the offices of major insurance companies were the things that were destroyed. So people were filing insurance claims. And the insurance company is like, we don't know because what was burned was our fucking office where all of your claim records are.
Government should have stepped in and said, you'll honor every claim.
That's the kind of thing that happens sometimes.
Mhm.
So anyway, I did want to try to end a few minutes early, and this is
Yeah.
actually a natural stopping point for now.
Yeah,
It's a
it is.
great,
So
great
now we
cliffhanger.
are
Saturday night.
now we are down to that is what to do, if anything.
Yeah, Mr. Fay, Mr. Tully.
To angry bands of wizards.
How do we
Go at it.
wipe all these people out?
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
A wizard gang war.
1844, dare I say, Gangs of New York?
Gangs
Cthulhu
of New
style?
York.
By that kind of a jerk? Yes, I am. You know I am.
Excellent. I'm enjoying
Yeah,
it.
well, now hold on. Are we gonna lose sanity if we kill Wilkerson, Sampson, Lark, and Neptune Company knowing that they're using magic to murder people? Or
Well,
can
that
we,
depends on how you do it.
like, quick,
Like-
kill them quick?
Like murdering someone in their sleep is probably going to cost you sanity.
Oh, man, that's what
Eating
I
them
want.
in a fight is not going to. Like cutting someone's
Okay.
throat in the middle of the night.
But it'll be
You're gonna
dark.
do that.
I won't be able to see what I did. Maybe he'll live.
The point is you'll know. But like, beat someone in a fight and they die, you're not going to lose any sanity for that.
Well, breaking in their house and waking them up, and when they try to hit me,
Right.
then we kill them.
Possibly.
Okay.
In other words, out and out murder is probably going to cost you sanity.
Yeah.
Killing by violence may not.
We have to deal with...
Challenge him to a knife fight and bring a gun.
Yeah, challenge
Yeah,
Wilkerson
or that.
to a knife fight. I'm sure he'll show up.
Yeah. But simply, like cutting someone's throat while they're asleep is definitely a sanity-inducing event.
Well, we also need to free... If the African wizard is still in his basement, we got to get him
That's
out.
right.
Also that. Yeah.
I think it all comes down to him. I think there's
Wilkerson?
the man in the basement. I think there's
Oh,
something
maybe.
more there. I think all the threads connect to him. I think
So,
he's the origin.
is that what we should probably do next time? Is raid
I think-
Wilkerson's house and hope
I think he might be going for
we
a
can
raid.
find him?
Get to the man in the basement.
Yeah. There was a coal chute in the back of the house, but it didn't look
We-
very big. It wasn't like doors.
Yeah, but it might be possible to get a person through it.
You think? It'd be full of coal. No, it wouldn't be full of coal this time of year, would it?
Not in the summer.
There would not. There'd only be enough coal as necessary to cook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's
yeah,
doable.
the
There's
right
no
time of year.
dog. And the
Not that you
fence is
saw.
scalable, it looks like.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's quite doable.
If we're willing to risk it, we could set a fire and come in to save the day. Pull Neptune Company's own trick on them.
Or that.
If I had a slave in my basement and my house caught fire, I think the first thing I'd do is go to the basement and kill the slave.
While your house is on fire?
Yeah, why not? Fires burn up, right?
mean-
I don't know. I'm just saying, no, you don't want evidence of that, because then you've got potentially enough witnesses see the slave, and the slave says he is a slave.
Well, keep in mind, evidence like that means almost nothing.
Oh,
Because
okay.
these people also own the courts.
Oh, that's true.
In other words, they're not afraid of being taken to the law for enslaving people.
Well, the downside is if it's found that we did set a fire, then we get hung.
Arson is a problem.
So,
So, in other words, it's unlikely that anyone inside that house is going to kill the enslaved man
okay.
to avoid prosecution. Because the way they're
Because
going to avoid prosecution
they
is
won't-
say, is this person a slave? Yes. And guess what? There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And the court's going to be like, you're correct. There isn't.
Yeah, setting the fire would be cool to show up to put it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could work. Figure it out,
If
Faye.
it works, it'll
Make
work
it
very
out.
well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Evacuate
But
the
anyway.
people, go down in the basement, go out the back door with the slave.
Yep.
Throw him over the
Sure.
fence or whatever.
Yeah. And keep in mind, you may need to help him move. I mean, he wasn't a young man 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So we're talking about an older man. I don't know what kind of physical shape he's in at this point. Can he walk?
Yeah, 15
Can
years
he
ago.
run?
So,
I mean, we're talking about a man who's probably been through hell and is probably between 70 and 90 years old.
and it's a
So-
decent neighborhood. It's not like Five Corners.
So you may need to bring help to help him move.
All the
If-
rest of
if-
the company.
And you've got that too.
If Connolly believed in magic, I would ask the sons of Abraham to teach me how to astral project so I could talk to the wizard of the basement, which is an amazing.
Hold
sentence.
on. If Connolly doesn't believe in magic, he shouldn't see a problem, because all they're going to do is like murder these guys in their sleep.
Yeah, no, I just assume they're gonna start killing people, and
Okay.
Connolly's like, that's bad.
Or something like they're going to like burn down Neptune's firehouse.
Yeah,
in which
exactly.
case now you've got a collateral damage problem because other
That-
buildings are going to
Yeah, that could be bad too.
Well, even
You
if they're
won't-
going to do it by conventional means, like with a bomb or
Yeah.
by arson or some such.
Yeah, that could hit innocent, unrelated people. Like Connolly is not gonna shed a tear over the slavers or Neptune Company, but
Yeah.
anyone who gets caught up in it, that would
Yeah.
cause some serious sanity damage.
'Cause even without magic, how would you kill 20 or 30 people? With a fire,
Yeah.
with a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So figure us
So
a
with something-
plan.
You need some kind of mass effect weapon.
Yep.
We could hit Wilkerson.
We should probably hop off since you
Yeah.
you need to get up.
Yeah, no,
All right.
I mean, that's I said I wanted to wrap up a little early, so I got stuff to do, and this is, I mean, it's not that much early, but the point is, it's a
Yeah.
perfect stopping point.
It is.
It's a great stopping point.
So,
let us. Hang on, I'm trying to find the phone.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. And so say goodnight. Wait, you know what? I should raid somebody. That'll take a second.
Good night, everyone.
We'll raid Professor Foglio. Hold on one moment.
Junk on stuff.
I assume we're doing the 20th.
That's what I am pulling up the phone for.
Good one for me.
I think the 20th is
There we go.
next calendar. Yeah, 20th
2 weeks.
should work.
Okay.
Yep. If I'm at a game or something, it might be late. I'll let you know.
Oh, and that's a raid.
Yep.
Wait, ad starts. All right. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we will be back with Company Boys and Cthulhu in 2 weeks. Bye.
Alrighty.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Well,
And
thank
we're
you
out.
guys for another excellent night.